This is my real K1 visa timeline. Hi, my name is Christina and I moved from Germany to the United States in September 2025 on a K1 visa. So if you're currently going through the process or you're thinking about applying for it, this video is for you. I'm going to share my exact journey from the moment we applied for the visa to the moment when I finally held it in my hands. So our journey starts on July 12th, 2024. That's when we filed our petition I-129F to USCIS. We did it in paper form and we did not hire a lawyer for this whole process. And it took exactly 1 week until USCIS received our case on July 19th, and then a few more days until we received our NOA1. The NOA1 is basically USCIS saying that they received the case and they will process it now. And you also get a receipt number in your NOA1. And this receipt number is important because you can use it now to track your case status online. And from there, basically, the waiting begins. In our case, something very interesting happened approximately 5 months later, on January 8th. Our case status online changed from processing to your case has been approved. But then later in the day, it changed back to your case is processing. And from then, we did not hear back from USCIS for like 3 weeks until January 27th. That's when we received our request for evidence. Luckily, this request for evidence was pretty easy, so we were able to send USCIS what they asked for within 2 weeks, also in paper form. And then we received our approval notice, the NOA1, on 1st of March 2025. This is like the first milestone, I feel like, in this process. And the NOA2 is basically USCIS saying that they approve your case and they will now send it to the National Visa Center. Now, what is important about that NOA2 letter is that in the top right corner, it will have the dates from when to when your approval is valid for. In our case, that was from February 28th, 2025 to June 27th, 2025. And now you wait again until you hear from NVC. In our case, we received our letter from NVC on May 6th, 2025. And you don't need to do anything. NVC is just saying that they have received your case and they are sending it now to the embassy you applied it for. In my case, that's Frankfurt, Germany. And then you wait until you hear back from the embassy with instructions on how to proceed. We received the letter from the embassy on May 23rd, 2025. And now it is the beneficiary's turn, so my turn, to proceed. Meaning I need to fill out the DS-160 online and after that schedule your medical exam and the visa interview. However, at that point, I had a lot of things going on in my life, so I just did not proceed with it. And then, unfortunately, our approval from USCIS expired. So June 30th is when we received a letter. I received a letter from the embassy saying, your case has expired. Please state why you have not proceeded with the case. State if you still have the intention to marry and if you're still both legally free to marry. And the statement has to be signed by both people. And the embassy wanted the petitioner, so my husband, fiance back then, to send an email to them with that statement. Now, from that moment, I felt a bit stressed and I filled out my DS-160 online on July 4th, 2025. And then on July 7th, we sent this email with both our statements that we still want to marry and an explanation why I have not proceeded with the case. And exactly a day later, so July 8th, we received a response that our request for revalidation has been approved. So now our petition was valid for another 4 months. And as soon as I read and received that email, or as soon as my husband received that email, I scheduled my medical appointment and my visa interview. Now, I was really lucky with scheduling the medical appointment because I think in Germany we have 4 locations where you can have the medical exam. And when I checked the first 2 locations, I found out that the earliest appointment is within like 3 months. But then I found a location that had a medical exam exactly 3 weeks later on July 29th. And this is when I scheduled it. And then I scheduled my visa interview for August 5th, so exactly a week later, because in my case, the doctor who takes the medical exam is in contact with the embassy and sends the results. And it usually takes up to 3 days, I think is what they say online. And I really wanted to make sure when I have my visa interview that the results are on their table so they can approve it right on the spot. So yeah, July 29th, I had my medical exam. It was pretty easy, everything was okay. And then August 5th, I went to the embassy for my visa interview. Unfortunately though, my visa did not get approved right on the spot, but instead they said, I think I can approve your visa later in the afternoon. And while this is a positive notice, I feel like after all this stress and after going through all of this, in my head, I was more thinking about why can it not be approved now? However, in the afternoon when I came back from my visa interview, it did get approved. So the case status online changed to approved. And then on August 7th is when the case status online changed to issued. And then August 12th is when I received the mail with my passport and the visa. So yeah, this was my whole timeline of the visa. In total, it's exactly 13 months, from July 12th, 2024 to August 12th, 2025. And I summarized the milestones basically. The first one is USCIS, and it was the longest. It was 8 months. The next one is NVC, where you basically don't really do anything. That took 2 months. And then the whole process at the embassy took another 3 months. So I think in total, this is a very good time. However, the process definitely was not perfect. And I think looking back, we definitely could have done things differently in order for our case to be processed faster. But it's a learning experience. I really wanted to share this because while I was in the process, I was really Googling a lot, and seeing real timelines from real people helped me a lot. I hope if you're in the process currently or you're thinking about applying, this video gives you reassurance that progress does happen, even if you're maybe thinking it does not or it feels like it's very slow. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions about the K1 process, please let me know.